Today we're going to be reviewing the long division process. So we're going to work through two examples together. The first one, 674 divided by 24. So I'm going to set this up with 674, and then I'm going to make my box here with 24 on the outside. So when we're working with larger numbers by 24, before we even start, I often say that creating a list of multiples can be really helpful because we don't know what can be divided by 24 off the top of our heads. So what I mean by that is I just go to the side and I write 24, and then I add another 24, and I can just think in my head 24 plus 20, that's 44, plus 4 more is 48. Then 48 plus 20, that's 68, plus 4 more, 72 plus 20 is 96, or 92 plus 4 more is 96. Okay, and then I just keep working, get through a few of those, add 24 each time. Oh, I missed one. That way you're not having to guess and check the multiplication. So now I can see that this is 24 times 1, 24 times 2, 24 times 3, 24 times 4, and so on. So now I'm going to go ahead and start my long division. So I'm going to just start with this first place value, the 6 here. That's in my hundreds place. 24 does not go into 6 though, so I put a 0 up here. Then I look at the next the two digits to create the next number, and it's a 67. And 24 would go into 67. If I look here, I cannot go past the 72, which means 1, 2, 2 times. So then 24 times 2, 24 times 2, that's 48. And then I add a 0 there. That's like saying, this is like saying 24 times 20, so that's why I have a 0. And then I just go ahead and subtract, see what we're left with. Now we have 194. So we need to keep going until we fill up every place value up here. So 24 would go into 194. We can see all the way down here, we get to 192. And if we added 24 to that, that would be too many. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to put an 8 up here. And I have 24 times 8. That's 192. And then I subtract that. Okay, so here if we keep going, we're going to have to add a decimal or make this a fraction. We see we have a remainder. So in elementary school, we probably just wrote R2, remainder 2. We're going to start the year by writing this as a mixed number, a fraction. Eventually, we're going to learn how to write them as decimals. So right now, to set this up, I'm going to give you kind of a rule. You have your quotient here. Okay, and so here's my remainder. This is actually what we call the dividend. So what we're dividing into. 24 is what we call the divisor. So when we write a mixed number out of a division problem, we take our quotient and then we put the remainder over the divisor. So we're going to write out kind of this little rule here. Okay, so my quotient was 28. Okay, I have 2 left over out of 24 total. And that 2 24ths can become 1/12. Simplify. So I have 28 and 1/12. So that's my final answer here. Okay, so for number 2, I'm going to have you try this one, set it up, kind of get going here on your own. So you have 542 divided by 14. So we are going to create a list of multiples again. So come out to the side, and I've got 14. And if you add 10 more, there's 24 plus 4, 28. So we want to make a list of multiples again. And then go ahead and start your long division process. 14 doesn't go into 5. So place your 0 and keep going from there. So go ahead and try that one on your own. And then when you're ready, you can pause your video and work through that on your own. And then once you think you've got it down, go ahead and unpause the video and check your work. So for number 2, I ended up with 38 and 5/7. Once you finish this, you are going to work on an assignment in Google Classroom where you're just going to practice some long division problems. None of those have remainders. So for our Friday, we're just going to practice without remainders, just some quicker division problems. And then we're going to practice this some more on Monday. So you can just get out a piece of scratch paper and work through those problems. And when you input the numbers, if you're doing it correctly, it'll create a picture so you can see, kind of self-check as you go.